Hey everybody, it's Different Kind of Square, and for this video I'm going to talk about my fears going into the Navy. So it's the perfect time to talk about them. I still don't have an exact date for when I leave for basic training, but right now I'm headed to my recruiters. Everything is coming together now, and I'm getting a little nervous, okay? And before I start this video, I just want to say one thing. These videos might seem very like up and down and like I'm kind of rambling, but it's because I don't want to plan my videos out. I kind of just want them to be, record, have a topic and shoot, and that's the video. I want them to be very natural and relaxed and no pressure, okay? So I don't plan these out. So I'm going to talk about my fears in the Navy, and I haven't really thought about what all my fears are, but there's a few that aren't going away, and I just feel them in my soul, okay? One of my biggest fears is missing my family. I'm very close to my family. I have a very small family, but the people that I'm very close to, my brother, my mom, my grandma, my sister, my dad, my boyfriend, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I could write them, I could FaceTime them, but that's not really good enough, if my brother will be almost 18 by the time that I get out. And I know that it's hard to see the people that you leave behind when you're in. I almost feel like when you're in, goodbye everybody, I'll see you when I get out. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm gonna lose all contact with my best friends. I don't think when I get out we're gonna be best friends anymore, in my mind, because, out of sight, out of mind. That's the truth, Once, how do I say this without sounding like say you have a friend, but they stop doing things for you. They stop coming around, they stop answering your texts, they stop spending time with you, they stop stimulating you. They slowly, they're slowly cut off. I hope that's not what's gonna happen, but the reality of things are I probably won't have all of my friends when I get out. Because I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of close friends. I have a lot of friends, you know what I mean? I love them all, okay? But I guess my biggest fear is just kind of being out of the loop, falling out of the loop, and, it's not anybody's fault. I just know it's gonna happen. And with my family, I'm just afraid of not being there for important things, 4 years, my whole life has changed in 1 year. 1 year. Think about your own life. I mean, what can change in a year? Everything about you. Where you work, what you look like, the way you think, who your friends are, your family situation. Everything changes. And I'm scared of not being there for the people I love and being there for important things. That's probably my biggest fear. And I'm a person who will have a lot of issues, and if I don't understand how I'm gonna get through them, I just try not to think about it. So I don't really know the solution. I don't really know how it's gonna be, but that's probably one of my biggest fears. My second biggest fear about going into the Navy is, I guess like everyone, me just absolutely hating it. I'm so worried. For the benefit to me though, I have one thing about me that kind of gives me hope. And it's the fact that every job that I've ever had, I've always loved. When I go, I end up enjoying it. I end up loving almost everybody that's working there. The things about my job, I end up always excelling. That's my bonus. That doesn't really guarantee that I'm going to enjoy this. It could be totally different. But the thing that gives me hope is that I'm kind of just natural at enjoying my surroundings and my environment, and I adapt really well, and I love meeting new people, and I understand like hierarchies. Is that how you would say it? So I guess, like, you know, I do well with, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, here, I was gonna say I do well with orders, but I'm not gonna lie. So the thing about me and rules is that I love to know the rules. Yes, tell me the rules. You know, when you're working and they're like, oh, you were supposed to do that. You're like, I was supposed to do that, you know? In my mind, I'm thinking, doesn't mean I'm gonna do it all the time. But it's good to know. I'm just gonna lock that away for when I really want to do my best. I'll know that those are one of the things that you're looking for. So okay, that didn't come off right. The point is that I like knowing rules, and I'm good at following the rules, but I like to know them, and I'm just gonna leave that there. So I like orders. I like knowing my responsibilities. I like I can't think of what I want to say. Just forget it. So I guess the second fear is me not enjoying myself. I know I'm gonna hate boot camp. I know going into the military isn't like some big party, but the majority of being in the service, in my eyes anyway, I don't really have anybody very close that's in to ask, but you go to a job, you know? You go to a job, and if you got a cool job, then when you're off, you're kind of off in a sense, you know? You're free to go to the movies or have a date, you know? Friends. So, I mean, I guess my biggest fear is not fitting in and being hated and just hating my time there, you know? I don't think that's going to happen because of the person that I am. And it's really just about perspective. So, I mean, most likely it won't happen. I most likely will enjoy my time. I most likely will get along with everybody. I most likely will excel in my job because that's just the person I am. Oh, I sound like such an idiot. It's true. Oh god. Okay, I'm just gonna go to number 3. I didn't plan this out, so let me think about it. I guess everybody's biggest fear, I don't know if this is like strong in me. It's not that strong in me. But a fear I would have is just regretting it. You know, I'm sure I won't regret it, but I just, because if you watched my video why I'm going into the Navy, you would know why I'm going into the Navy. And it's not like to serve my country. My third, oh yeah, I feel it in my soul, this one. My third fear for going into the Navy, I think, would be regretting it and getting in there and realizing all the things that I could have done to succeed in my dreams, to follow my heart without being there, you know? So yeah, that would suck. You know, I think those are my top 3. My top 3 fears would be, you know, missing out on the life that I'm leaving. My second fear is ending up hating my life there and wishing I'd never gone. And I guess my third one would be just regretting my decision and finally like coming down to earth and realizing that I could have had it all without joining. And I guess those are the 3. I also want to add in there, I don't want anybody to think that I'm not afraid of I know being in the military is, you know, you're there for a war, pretty much, you know, to prepare for a war. You're there to serve your country and fight. I don't know if I'm just being obnoxious, but I don't see myself in war going in. I don't see myself dying. I don't see myself killing anyone. I know that kind of defeats the purpose of going into the military, but those aren't things that I think of. One of my fears isn't dying. One of my fears isn't killing anybody, because that's not what I see myself doing in the military. But honestly, I couldn't kill somebody. I don't think that I could kill somebody if it came down to it. But I'm not very religious, so when I say this, it's like my own beliefs. I'm not religious, but honestly, whatever happens is gonna happen, and if it's my time to go, then God, that was His plan. I've been a caregiver for a long time, so I'm definitely not afraid of death. The one thing I'm afraid of death is like it hurting and there not being any more memories to be made. But I'm not afraid of death itself. And if you really think about it, I mean, life on earth isn't it's not heaven, I'll tell you that much. I believe that life on earth is hell. It is. It's full of misery and suffering, and this is the hell, you know? So I just feel like death wouldn't be a bad thing. We suffer here on earth. That went really deep, really quick. I guess my point is I know that people are wondering why I didn't include that in my fears. It's because I don't see myself going into war. And I don't see myself dying or fighting or killing people. I'm not gonna do it. So I'm gonna end the video. This is going like a really like sharp curve into no land. So those are my top 3 fears of going into the Navy. I just arrived at my recruiter. Wish me luck, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Boop, boop.